Hey, what's up guys and welcome to Anime King 2, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 29 of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out a new episode that I post on this channel, What If Naruto was taken by Orochimaru and Enjoy, and over on Anime King, my main channel guys. I post a new episode of What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother, so go ahead and check that out as well. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto took his training seriously, so go ahead and enjoy that as well guys. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, remember to click that red subscribe button and become a part of Anime King and Anime King 2. And thank you guys for all of your help and your support, and remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, the last time we left off, the masked man who was trying to kidnap Naruto and the Eight Tails, seeing that he was all by himself now, all the members of the Akatsuki are dead. Him and Zetsu are the only one remaining, and Naruto took the eyes of Nagato after their battle, and those are something that he wants as well. So he struck up a plan. After his Zetsus were done creating, it was time for him to invade the cloud so he could kidnap the Eight Tails in the destruction and chaos. As he released all of his Zetsus in the cloud village, as all of the ninjas were focusing on the Zetsus, while he headed to find Killer Bee and found him fast asleep. The only thing he can use is a distraction at the moment. He found Guren and Suigetsu training in the forest of Konoha as he tried to attack them, but Guren sent word to Naruto as Naruto arrived. The masked man could not face off against Naruto, seeing that Naruto has an ability from his hexagon to cancel out all Sharingan use, and he couldn't face or do anything once Naruto and him is in a battle. So he has to catch Naruto off guard or surprise him somehow. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? We start this episode at the Cloud Village, where we have a furious Raikage. Killer Bee has been kidnapped. All of the white Zetsus that were alive retreated back underground after a while. The Raikage rushed over as he found Darui, who he sent to go and wake up Bee dead, as he found him with 3 rods through his chest, and Bee was kidnapped. As the Raikage was furious, seeing that he doesn't know what the hell is going on, and who ordered this attack. These creatures just burst from the ground, and now they're gone so easy, and his brother is also missing. Time skip. A week later, we have Tsunade and Jiraiya and Naruto in the office. So, you are right, said Jiraiya. It seems like the masked man is a true leader. You took down Pain, and we thought he was a real leader, but the masked man was behind things. I already told you that, said Naruto, and I know that he's the one who is behind the attack of what happened to the Hidden Cloud, and soon enough he will come here with those creatures. So you have to prepare the village, said Naruto. Huh? Said Tsunade. How are you so sure about that? Because he needs me for his plan, whatever he's planning. He needs the 9 tails inside of me, and the only way for him to get it is by attacking this village and trying to catch me off guard or something, because his Sharingan doesn't work when I'm near him, so he cannot fight me, because without his ability he's nothing and I can take him out easy. So that is why he's going to try and do a distraction, but I don't know when, said Naruto. So the village should stay on high alert. Damn it, this is so troublesome, said Tsunade, not knowing when this guy will attack or how he's going to get here. It's bothering my nerves, she said, as we skip to an unknown cave. The masked man, as he was sitting down on a rock. One more to go, he said. So, when are you going to Konoha? Asked Black Zetsu, as he was standing beside him. We will strike at midnight. I cannot give them enough time to settle everything and prepare themselves too much. So, We will bring chaos to the village. And once that is going on, I will find a way. And I will get the nine-tailed Jinchuriki. And then, my goal will finally be completed, said the masked man. Time skip. Midnight. Naruto was standing on top of his house as he was looking around. He knows that the masked man is coming, but he wants to know when. As Teiwaya told him that he was getting paranoid and he needs to get some sleep, but he told her that he will be there soon. But Naruto feels it in his gut. He doesn't know why, but he feels like something is coming and he can't afford to be caught off guard. But maybe I'm wrong, said Naruto as he turned his back, as he jumped off the roof. As he did, he heard an explosion. As Naruto quickly jumped back to the roof, as he looked over, as he saw smoke coming from the village, he then quickly summoned two clones as the clones went inside and got everyone up. In a few seconds, everyone was outside. It's time, said Naruto, as Sasuke strapped his sword on his side. As Naruto strapped his sword on his back, as the village was being overrun by the white Zetsus and chaos and destruction was everywhere. As Naruto told his ninjas to go out there and help, he told Sasuke to go along as well, as Naruto stayed back. As Naruto sat on top of the roof waiting, Teiwaya wanted to stay and wait with Naruto, but he told her to go along, that he'll be fine. As Naruto waited, as 5 minutes went by, as he then felt the time-space behind him opening up, as he stood there without moving, as the masked man stepped out of the swirling vortex. So, you finally decided to come for me, said Naruto. Yeah, it's time that I took what I wanted. You already know that your power cannot work on me. Am I right? That is why I learned something special for you, the masked man said. As he went through handstand and slammed his hand together. Edo Tensei, he said. Hearing that word, Naruto looked at the masked man as a single coffin rose on the ground. The reanimation jutsu. So you managed to learn it, said Naruto. Yes, I did, said the masked man. Even though I could only use one person as a reanimation. But it will still be enough to hold you off and knock you down. As the coffin then dropped open, as Itachi Uchiha walked out. So you brought back Itachi. Back then when I faced off against him, I wasn't as half as strong as I am now. So do you really think that he can defeat me? This reanimation is different. Reanimation are far different from human beings, seeing that they don't have to worry about their life because they're immortal. Let me show you, he said, as Itachi thrust forward, as his eyes looked lifeless, as his personality was heavily suppressed and he was nothing but a walking zombie right now. As Naruto pulled out his sword as him and Itachi went into a clash. Enough of this, said Naruto, after Itachi clashed against his sword. As Naruto's sword crackled in lightning, Naruto swiped his sword forward and sliced Itachi in half. As Itachi collapsed to the ground, as his body was being regenerated, as Naruto activated his eternal hexagon, as he rushed towards the masked man. Now your Sharingan is useless, said Naruto. The masked man then chuckled as Naruto stepped forward. The ground beneath Naruto started to light up as there was a boom. As Naruto was caught off guard, as he was sent flying back as he hit the wall. As Naruto picked up himself. But when, said Naruto. Keep your eyes on the battle, said the masked man, as Itachi appeared behind Naruto and planted his feet in Naruto's back, sending Naruto flying forward as Naruto's face hit the wall hard. Naruto picked himself up, but the masked man appeared beside him as he delivered a swinging kick to Naruto's face, knocking Naruto to the ground. You may have disabled my Sharingan, but I still have other abilities. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, he said, as Naruto jumped back. Lightning style. Lightning ball, as Naruto created a discharge of lightning ball, smashing into the fireball, destroying it. Itachi then appeared behind Naruto as he brought up his fist to punch Naruto. Lightning release. Lightning stream, said Naruto, as lightning cackled off his entire body. Itachi's hand was ripped apart the moment he touched Naruto. Naruto then shoved his hand right through Itachi's chest as he places another hand inside as he ripped Itachi from inside out. As both Itachi's half dropped to the side, as Naruto then turned over to the masked man. "Now you're dead," said Naruto as he thrust forward with his hand, cackling with lightning, as a stream of lightning connected to his sword, as his sword fly over to him, as Naruto brought his sword on the masked man. Two white Zetsus burst out of the ground as the both of them fused around Naruto's hand, as another one burst right in front of Naruto and slammed his hand into Naruto's stomach as he kept on beating on Naruto hard as Naruto's hand was encased in this white liquid. "Shidori stream," Naruto said, as the lightning didn't do it anything. Naruto then looked up at the masked man. "You know, I hate to use this power because it made me seem weak. But no more," said Naruto, as he slipped through the white liquid. "I have the same ability as you know that? But unlike you, I'm not a coward who relies on it only for battle. That is the only thing that you rely on, and nothing more, because without that, you're nothing compared to me." As Naruto felt something flaring behind him, as he turned around to see Itachi in his Susanoo form. "Damn it," said Naruto, as he jumped out of the way as Itachi crashed down his blade on one of the house, crushing it to pieces. Itachi then swiped as he destroyed few of the house, as the masked man jumped back. "Go ahead, defeat it. Defeat Itachi Susanoo," he said. "With pleasure," said Naruto, as his Susanoo flared up around him, his golden Susanoo, as Naruto's hexagon eyes had a slash in them, resembling the Kyuubi, as a yellow glow activate around Naruto Susanoo, giving it the KCM of the fox, as the fully powered Susanoo fox stood in front of Itachi Susanoo, even though Naruto Susanoo wasn't 100%, as it had legs and arms. Naruto then created two blades from each of the arms as he thrust forward. Itachi Susanoo brought up his shield. Naruto brought down the blades as they slashed down hard into the shield, but it didn't crack. As Itachi swung his blade, Naruto Susanoo flipped over as he used one of his tails to wrap around Itachi's midsection of Susanoo, but the shield burst right out of it. "Stronger than I thought," said Naruto as he jumped back. Lucky enough, they were in the fighting section of the Uchiha compound. That is why they could fight here without delivering too much damage, but some of the hosts were still nearby because of the giant monsters that they were using. The Susanoo was really big, and when he swung, he could smash some of the hosts. And Naruto realized that the same thing is happening, as most of the house already got destroyed. Naruto then deactivated his KCM and Susanoo as he jumped back. Naruto then looked at the masked man as Naruto jumped back as Itachi deactivated his Susanoo and went straight after Naruto. Meanwhile, the masked man entered the Uchiha compound as 5 white Zetsus emerged from the ground. "Go ahead, find it now," said the masked man, as the Zetsus went off to search a house. Meanwhile, Naruto took Itachi a bit away from the village where they could fight their hearts out. "Itachi, sorry to do this, but I have to beat you down in order to seal you away," said Naruto, as Itachi didn't say anything and flared up his Susanoo again. As Naruto stayed normal and calm, he then took a deep breath in and a deep breath out as he looked at Itachi, his eternal hexagon flaring. "I know none of this is your fault, Itachi, but it's time that you finally rest in peace," said Naruto. As he held up his hand, a ball of lightning was forming as 2 clones poofed into existence, as Naruto can use his one hand to summon clones right now. As the clones thrust forward, both of them using Susanoo, the imperfect form, and some of the Kyuubi's power to create the fox tails, as they smashed right into Itachi Susanoo as Naruto was there charging his attack. As the lightning ball in Naruto's hand started to get dense and even more dense, as the lightning changed color into dark blue, as it started to turn dark and even darker, as Naruto raised the lightning ball above his head, as it started to grow in size until it was the size of one of Jiraiya's supermassive Sharingan. Naruto looked over as both of his clones managed to knock Itachi Susanoo down as it was now lying flat on his back. As Naruto saw Itachi struggling to get out of their grasp. As Naruto then thrust forward, he didn't go for the top, seeing that the giant shield was there, so he headed straight for underneath, where the weakest point is. As Naruto held out his hand, as he cried out lightning destruction, as he smashed the lightning ball right under there, as the lightning ball cracked right through Susanoo, as it blasted inside, hitting Itachi, ripping him to shreds. As Naruto huffed a bit, but he got over it. The clones then dispelled as Naruto ran forward, as Naruto was going through hand sign. Done, he said, as he pulled out a seal and bit his finger. Naruto wiped his blood on it. Blood seal wave, said Naruto, as he then slammed his hand on the seal, as a vortex came out of the seal and started to suck the papers inside that Itachi was using to reform, as it was pulling Itachi inside. As Naruto placed a seal on the ground, as it sucked him in, he then rolled up as Naruto caught it and placed it in his pouch. Alright, he's done for. As he went over to find the masked man. Back with Sasuke and the others. Damn it, these guys are endless, said Choji, as he smashed down on two white Zetsus, crushing them under the weight of his hand. This is such a drag, said Shikamaru. I was just about to fall asleep as he dodged two of the white Zetsu, as Hinata and Neji strike palm two of them, destroying them. Leaf Whirlwind, said Lee, as he and Guy crashed into two of the Zetsus, while Sasuke was using his swords to cut them down. This was a bit earlier as Sasuke saw the form of Itachi Susanoo as he thrust forward to see what was going on. Sasuke, wait, said Karin, but Sasuke was already gone at blinding speed as he wanted to know what the hell is going on over there. When Sasuke finally arrived to the field, nothing was there. The field was attacked like a giant attack had hit it, and it was scorched everywhere with burn marks, from the lightning no less. As Sasuke went back over to the Uchiha compound, as he tracked Naruto over there. When he arrived, he saw Naruto looking around. Hey, Naruto. Sasuke, what are you doing here? Naruto asked. I saw Itachi Susanoo. What the hell is going on? It's the masked guy. He used the Edo Tensei to bring back Itachi, and he tried to have him fight off against me, but don't worry, I sealed him away. So where's the masked man now? Asked Sasuke. I have no idea. Looking for me, said a voice, as the masked man stepped out of a swirling vortex. You really want to die, huh? Said Naruto. Coming to face me, no, you can't win. As Naruto looked at the masked man, realizing that he looked different. Well, the mask on his face is, and he had on some new clothes. A white mask. As Naruto's eyes went wide when he saw the eye that was shining from the left side of the mask. How is this possible? Said Naruto. You don't hide things well, said the masked man. Damn it, I forgot about them. As Sasuke noticed that the masked man had one Rinnegan and one Sharingan. So, just because you think you have the Rinnegan you can defeat me? Said Naruto. Oh yes I can, said the masked man. Now to test out his powers. Universal pull, he said, as he pulled Naruto towards him. Naruto activated the KCM around him and stabbed two of the tails down into the ground, stopping him from flowing to the masked man. As Naruto then smirked, as lightning cackled on his hand, he then deactivated the KCM as he thrust forward as the masked man moved out of the way as Naruto split a boulder in half with his lightning attack. Sasuke then jumped forward as he sliced down on the masked man. Almighty push, the man said, as Sasuke was sent flying as he crashed right into a building. In an instant, Naruto was upon him. As Naruto raised his hand, the masked man had to block as he couldn't allow Naruto to phase right through him anymore, seeing that Naruto canceled his Sharingan for the moment. The masked man then jumped back. As Naruto saw, one of the creatures came from the ground, but this one was black. It was Black Zetsu. As Black Zetsu handed the masked man a war fan, as the masked man thrust forward as both his and Naruto's swords slashed together. As Naruto then flipped back as he ran through hand sign, wing style. Wind palm, said Naruto, as he sent a wind palm towards the masked man, who simply used the war fan and caught the attack, as he then rushed towards Naruto and said, Uchiha reflection, as Naruto was blasted away by his own wind palm. Sasuke then arrived in the sky as he ran through hand sign, lightning style. Lightning shower, said Sasuke, as the masked man held the Uchiha fan over his head, as it absorbed all of the attack and some of it crashed around him. He then swiped the war fan as he said Uchiha reflection as he sent the lightning shower towards Sasuke, who flipped out of the way as both Naruto and Sasuke were now side to side to each other. Guess you getting that Sharingan changed you, said Naruto, but it still won't be enough to beat us. As both Naruto and Sasuke activate their Susanoo, as the masked man looked up to see their incomplete Susanoo. Taking me for a joke, he said, as he knew they can do much better than that. As the both of them in their monstrous Susanoo rushed forward, the masked man held out his hand as he was about to say almighty push, when Naruto's Susanoo suddenly deactivated as Naruto collapsed to the ground, as he landed right in front of the masked man. The masked man used a war fan and hit Naruto away, as Sasuke didn't understand what just happened. Sasuke jumped back as Naruto was holding his face. What's wrong? Sasuke asked. I don't know, Naruto said. It's my eyes. Something's wrong with them. They're burning, said Naruto, as he let out a scream. What's wrong with me? He said, as he could barely see, as his eyes were in pain and agony. As the masked man looked over, this is my perfect opportunity, he said, as Sasuke then brought down the Susanoo to crush him. Well, that's over, said Sasuke, as the masked man then walked out of the attack like it was nothing. His ability has returned. Seems like your eyes giving trouble. Is the best opportunity for me, he said. Sasuke then fired 4 arrows at the masked man, but each of them faded right through him. As Sasuke thrust forward the Susanoo blade, almighty push, said the masked man, as Sasuke couldn't touch him, as he blew back Sasuke. Sasuke still wasn't fighting in his full power, as he rushed over to protect Naruto, but the masked man disappeared in a swirling vortex and appeared beside Naruto, as he placed his hand on Naruto's shoulder, as he sucked Naruto away in a swirling vortex. Sasuke rushed forward. No, Sasuke said, but the masked man sucked away himself as well. As Sasuke looked around and cursed. Damn it, said Sasuke. With Naruto and the masked man brought Naruto to a secluded area where the giant Gedo statue was, as Naruto was still on the ground. His eyes giving him so much problem, it felt like his entire body was shutting down. As Naruto couldn't see anymore, he felt pain coursing all over his body. He felt weak, he was unable to do anything. As Naruto felt his body being dragged, as he didn't know what the hell was going on, as he was so helpless and weak right now, and his eyes suddenly started to do this to him. Naruto then felt a hand slam on his stomach, as he felt something being pulled out of him, as Naruto barely opened his eyes that were in excruciating pain, as he could see a glimpse of chakra being sucked out of him. What the hell, said Naruto, as the Nine Tails was being sucked out of him by the masked man, as Naruto still couldn't move. His body was basically paralyzed at the moment, as Naruto felt himself being drained out, as Naruto was now on his knees. Am I going to die? Naruto said to himself, as the masked man was relishing in the process. He finally brought down Naruto. Look how easy it was, and he would now get the Nine Tails. As he ripped out the remaining part of the Nine Tails, as Naruto collapsed on his face, the masked man looked at his body. Look at the mighty warrior, he said. Now, nothing but dirt. The masked man then transported the Nine Tails inside of the Gedo statue, as it sucked it in, and the 9th eye of the Gedo statue opened up. Meanwhile with Sasuke, the group finished killing all of the white Zetsus, as all of them were down. Where is he? What? Said Teiwaya as Sasuke just gave her the bad news. So, where has he gone? She asked, as tears are coming at her eyes. I don't know, said Sasuke. What do you mean you don't know? Teiwaya yelled at him. He took him and he went off. Damn it, said Jiraiya as he was cursing. The masked man got the last remaining tail beast. Something that Naruto didn't want. Who knew what the masked man is going to do right now? Meanwhile, Naruto found himself drifting in an empty void as he could hear nothing, not even his own breath. Am I even breathing? Or am I dead? Naruto said. Meanwhile, the masked man took the Gedo statue, as it was time for him to show the world about his plan, and soon enough they will all be one with him with the infinite Tsukuyomi. As he arrived at Konoha, as he stood tall at the gates of the village. Where is he? Where is he, you bastard? Said Teiwaya, as she had her sword in her hand as she was ready to slice him down. I'm afraid he's dead. It's Naruto you're speaking of, right? As Teiwaya went numb when he said that. Yes, Uchiha Naruto is dead, the masked man said, as everyone was surprised to hear that. No, you're lying, said Sasuke. He's not dead. Well, he is. As the masked man opened a sword and vortex as a Gedo statue emerged. The masked man then ran through handstand as he slammed his hand on the ground as a red barrier appeared on the Gedo statue. I have taken the 9 tails, and now I'm one step closer to my plan. What plan is that? Asked Jiraiya. To put the world under an infinite Tsukuyomi. As everyone was confused. The world, everyone will be connected to me. I'm going to be putting everyone into a dream world where no more war, hatred, no more of that, no more killing. The world will be a peaceful place when we're all connected. That plan of yours is just a dream, said Neji. Yes, I know, said the masked man. Where the world will finally be at peace. Teiwaya couldn't take it anymore. Ever since he told her that Naruto was dead, she was pissed off as she reached her boiling point. She thrust forward her sword. The masked man simply raised his hand. Almighty push, he said, as she was sent flying back as Sasuke caught her. Black Zetsu then came from the ground. It's time, they're all ready, said Black Zetsu. Time for the entertainment, said the masked man, as the ground in front of him then break open. As more white Zetsus emerged. More of these crap, said Choji, as he was tired of smashing them, as he turned his arms big. Now, start the fun, said the masked man, as the white Zetsus charged forward. Meanwhile, Naruto was still floating in an empty void of darkness. Where am I? He said to himself, as he couldn't believe what just happened. Him and Sasuke are about to win, end the masked man's life, but his eyes started to give problem, and the masked man took him and extracted the fox from him. Am I dead? Naruto asked out again, not getting any response. Answer me, Naruto screamed out. Am I dead? He said. But nothing. As, for a long time now, a tear ran from Naruto's eye. Thinking about the people, everyone, his teammates, his friends, Teiwaya, even people at the village. Not the people that concern him, but like Snad and the others, even though he acts that way with them, even Jiraiya. That pervy sage, said Naruto. But now, I failed you all. Is this hell? Naruto wondered. I've cut down some people in my lifetime, so I'm guessing that I'm in hell. So where are you, devil? Or is this a torture? Do you want me to think about my life back home, and then you suddenly appear and show me that there is no going back home? Well, you won't get to me, devil, said Naruto. Answer me, Naruto screamed out as he's tired of this black empty void. As Naruto then felt himself being yanked, as something was pulling him, as Naruto found himself in a different place, as he fell down to his knees. At least this place wasn't a black empty void. Where the hell am I? Naruto asked. He then heard a voice. Raise your head, Uchiha Naruto. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this or know what to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends and social media platform, guys. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.